The NFL season is upon us, which means on top of everybody getting excited about fantasy football in the betting world, we need to look at some NFL future bets. I'm going to give you five of my favorite quarterback bets to do right now. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Hoff. You can follow me on X at the FF Realist. This is First Read Fantasy. And again, today we're going to get right into it. We're going to give you some of these quarterback future bets that we like. The first one we're going to go into, might as well start at the top. Might as well start with the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, and it's Jalen Hurts. I love him for over 12.5 rushing touchdowns. By the way, all of these odds are coming off of DraftKings. It's minus 110 right now. Listen, Hurts has surpassed 12 rushing touchdowns in 3 straight seasons. Oh, by the way, the tush push, at least for now, is still alive and well. It's practically a cheat code on the 5-yard line. Over the last 3 seasons, 83.3% of Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns have come inside the 5-yard line. Along with that, especially after winning the Super Bowl, why are we changing what we're doing? Especially not even at the Super Bowl. It's worked for us for the last 3 years, like I said. So to me, Jalen Hurts having over 12.5 rushing touchdowns is a slam dunk as long as the tush push is alive. Maybe when we get to next year, if the other NFL teams that want it out that can't handle it, that don't know how to defend it, if they win, maybe we have a different discussion then about the over-under of rushing touchdowns. And I'd be curious to see where it would have gone had that ban been put in place. But either way, 12.5 rushing touchdowns is a slam dunk for me. The next bet I'm going to get to is everybody's favorite. It's Mr. Aaron Rodgers, and it's over 3,300.5 passing yards, minus 105 right now. Listen, he finally signed with the Steelers. Listen, is Rodgers what he was when he won back-to-back MVPs with Green Bay? No. Is anybody expecting that? No. If you're expecting it, you're kind of dumb. But even that being said, even him at a lesser value with the Pittsburgh Steelers at this point in the quote-unquote twilight of his career, if you even look at last season, he surpassed 3,300 yards by almost 600 yards, 597 to be exact, in his final year in Green Bay, even when he struggled. He surpassed 3,300 yards by 395 yards. So Aaron Rodgers can still do this. And I know people have their feelings about Arthur Smith. I do as well. I don't trust him a ton. But when he says, listen, we didn't bring in DK Metcalf, trade for him, give him an extension, sign Aaron Rodgers to just run the wishbone. I believe that. I will buy that. And I know Arthur Smith, it's uncomfortable to trust him from the fantasy football players out there, but even actually the betting players. Remember that rookie year in which Bijan Robinson was reportedly fine until all of a sudden he barely played against the Buccaneers that one day. But I trust him when he says that. So I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to ride that hot hand. We're going to go into, and by the way, I say hot hand because I'm still a believer in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball here. Aaron Rodgers did not sign up for a 1-year deal to just run the ball. He's going to throw the ball. He's not going to throw it as much as he did with the Jets, but he's still going to be able to do it enough to get over that total, that 3,300 yards, 3,300.5, again, minus 105. But we'll get into the next player. We're going to go with another player in the AFC, but we're going to go with somebody a little bit higher caliber at this point in his career, Mr. Lamar Jackson, over 750.5 rushing yards. To me, again, another absolute slam dunk. Right now, this is minus 110 over on the good old DraftKings. Barring injury, Lamar Jackson exceeding 750 yards in the season feels like, again, like I said, the biggest slam dunk. In his 7-year career, Jackson has failed to rush for 750 yards once. Do you want to know when that was? It was his rookie year. It was his rookie year when he only played in 7 games. So outside of that, when he's gotten the ball, when he's been under center, when he's been the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, Over 750 rushing yards is an absolute slam dunk. Even with Derrick Henry in town, Jackson had 9 fewer rushing attempts than he did the year prior. But guess what? He had 94 more rushing yards. So he's still able to do it. So it doesn't matter that Derrick Henry's there. It doesn't matter that he's getting a little bit older. I know people love to jump on that. When you kind of think about that, like you looked at players like Cam Newton when he got later in his career, and Cam Newton took a beating when he ran the ball. And that was ultimately his downfall, that and obviously his shoulder. But Lamar Jackson doesn't really take the beating that a Cam Newton did. Yes, he runs the ball a lot, but he doesn't absorb the hits. He doesn't run into them. He'll run out of bounds. He'll do a slide. So to me, it's still very much alive and well for Mr. Lamar Jackson to surpass 750 and a half rushing yards. So that is my third bet. If I'm going to go to my fourth bet, we talked about Aaron Rodgers, who played with the Jets last year, now playing for the Steelers. We're now going to talk about a quarterback who played for the Steelers, who's now playing for the Jets. Seems confusing. Follow along. You get the idea. It's Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields over 14 and a half touchdown passes. This is the only bet that I have in here that's plus odds, plus 100. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, Mike, you give me a Justin Fields bet, I expect it to be rushing yards. I expect it to be the case too. But to be God's honest, I like him to get over 14 and a half touchdown passes. It's not insurmountable. When you look at this stuff, you know, for starters, there were 25 quarterbacks to throw for at least 15 touchdown passes last year. Fields didn't make the list, but he only started in 7 games. And listen, I'm not trying to tell you that Justin Fields is the next Peyton Manning, but in the 2 seasons in which Justin Fields started 10 or more games, he threw 17 and 16 touchdown passes. And when you look at his situation as opposed to last year, when it was he's going to start the year, but when Russell Wilson's healthy, Justin Fields is losing the job, barring a miracle. There's nobody really nipping at his heels to get that starting quarterback job with the Jets. So this is Justin Fields' full-fledged shot to be an NFL starting quarterback wire to wire. And if that's the position you're putting me in, I'm going to take him over 14 and a half touchdown passes. I mean, the Aaron Rodgers-led Jets averaged 35.7 pass attempts on a per-game basis last year. That was 5th in the NFL. With the expectations, obviously, that the Jets are not going to throw as much with Fields as they did with Rodgers. I'm not an idiot. I understand that. Of the teams, in terms of pass attempts on a per-game basis, like the teams in the bottom half of the league, only 3 starting quarterbacks failed to throw for less than 15 touchdown passes. A lot of that had to do with injuries. You look at, I think even Derek Carr surpassed it, but still, actually, the 3 teams are Jacksonville, Tennessee, Indianapolis. My, oh my, they all come from the AFC South, the worst division in football, but be that as it may. So I will ride with Justin Fields over 14 and a half touchdown passes. So again, we're going to go through this again. Jalen Hurts over 12 and a half rushing touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers over 3,300 and a half passing yards. I apologize. And then Lamar Jackson over 750.5 rushing yards. And then again, Justin Fields, the only plus money bet to make this, over 14 and a half touchdown passes. I love all of those. I did tell you 5, so we're going to give you one more right meow, and that's going to be Mr. Brock Purdy, over 23 and a half touchdown passes. Listen, we all know that the 49ers last year were plagued with injuries. Even with that, Brock Purdy threw for 20 touchdown passes. I believe that there's a happy medium between what we saw last year with all of the injuries and the 31 touchdown passes that Brock Purdy threw during their their Super Bowl run a few years ago. I think there's a happy medium there, and I think that happy medium surpasses the 23 and a half touchdown passes. No Deebo Samuel, and we're unclear when Brandon Ayuk, I apologize, is going to return, but we've got a Juwan Jennings who absolutely flourished last season. Juwan Jennings was damn near would have been a 1,000-yard receiver had he not got kicked out of that Cardinals game in the first half of that game. You also have a Ricky Pearsall who showed flashes once he recovered from that devastating gunshot wound. Now he's got a whole year to prepare. He's got a whole year to get ready. He's got a bit of a hamstring thing right now, but everybody seems to be on the same page. And then there's, oh, by the way, there's Christian McCaffrey. If Christian McCaffrey's healthy, we can't act like that doesn't play into the 7 touchdown receptions. I know everybody wants to think about he had 7 touchdown receptions in 2023 is why I'm mentioning it. Everybody wants to focus on the rushing yards and everything he does in the running game, but obviously we all know Christian McCaffrey is lethal in the passing game as well. That's going to benefit this number for Brock Purdy. Since 2018, 49ers quarterbacks have accounted for at least 24 touchdowns in all but 2 seasons. So to me, the other factor in this is Kyle Shanahan. I mean, we all got excited about quarterbacks going into a Kyle Shanahan offense. We love a Kyle Shanahan offense. It works a lot for fantasy, but it works a lot when you're betting these NFL futures. So, again, I am all in as well. By the way, I didn't mention this. It's a minus 115 odds for Brock Purdy to throw over 23 and a half touchdown passes. So, those are my bets. We're all going over because let's just be honest. It's fun betting the over. Who likes betting the under? That seems like a Debbie Downer situation to me. Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, and Mr. Brock Purdy. Those are all of the overs that we're going with. Again, if you like this content, feel free to hit the like. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments, feel free to comment. If you believe in a bet, let me hear it. If you don't believe in it, let me hear it as well. I'd love to go back and forth. Maybe it could help skew some of my thinking, but those are my 5 favorite quarterback NFL future bets for the 2025 NFL season. Until next time, stay thirsty, be kind to one another. We're going to catch you guys on the flip side, and cheers.